We are on a literal high here at Wembley, and Lions Den connected by EE is back. And pinch yourself, we're just 24 hours away from England's first final in 55 years. Yes, guys, we are underneath the Wembley Arch, and I've gone through my list of Arsenal contacts in my phone, and today I'm joined by Jack Wilshere.
Yeah.
Come on, and Roman Kemp, of course. Boys, how we doing?
Yeah, feeling
Very
yeah.
good. Nervous, but good.
Nervous? You see, 5 minutes ago you were saying I'm sweet, man, we'll do
You
this.
made me nervous.
That's what I'm sorry it is.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly, I can hand on heart say that I had a dream last night that I was at dinner with Gareth Southgate and he told me the team.
Who was in it?
So yeah, I genuinely had dinner with him last night, and Gareth said to me that we're going to play 5 at the back. So that's what I'm thinking. So I don't know if it's a good omen.
All right, we'll go man for man with Italy. We'll take that. But it's not just us today. We're going to be bringing you pictures of the boys making their way out of St George's Park and into their London base before this massive game. But I'm going to start off with you both. How have you enjoyed this tournament so far? Jack, it's time to you.
It's been good. It's got better, I think. I think our performances, our characters really come out now. You can see that everyone's together, and for the country as well, everyone's got behind them. The year that everyone's been through, like it's amazing what they're doing, and hopefully one more and we can go all the way.
One more game.
Yeah, that's it. Do you know what? Like, it's one of these where I think I posted it during the group stages, and I was like looking through like a kind of Portugal when they won it, and I was looking at Greece when they won it, and I remember an interview that Gareth Southgate did, you know, before this all started, and he talks about peaking. Do you know what I mean? He talks about peaking, and I mean, I don't know like how you feel about this, but it's like he said that in the group stages of years gone by, like England have tried to go full out because they want to please the fans. You know, you want your 4-0s, your what did we do? You know, like Costa Rica's and those types of teams. Like you want to get big wins, right? But this time around, we've kind of slowly built. Yeah. And I think we're reaching that point now where Harry Kane's reaching his peak, Raheem's reaching his peak, and I think, you know, just one more and that's it.
One more and that's it. It sounds so easy, doesn't it? We've got this just next 90 minutes. Fine, but Jack, like we're underneath the Wembley Arch. So you've played at some. I've been, you know, I've had the pleasure of watching you play in some big finals over there. What's it going to be like for them players walking out? What are they going to be feeling in that tunnel?
You know what? Like I've played there in FA Cup finals, but this is bigger, man. Like it's all right. It's not the World Cup, but apart from that, it's probably as big as you can get. And even before the FA Cup final, I think nerves is a good thing. Yeah. Like, it helps you focus. It helps you really concentrate and know what you got to do. But yeah, I mean, I don't know how they'll be feeling, but I can guarantee there'll be a few nerves.
How do you prep for a game like that? You know, like you obviously played in finals.
I think as well, like everyone can see in this team, like they're like us. Do you know what I mean? They're all lads. They're all normal. Like a lot of them would have been watching the last, at least 2016, 2014 competitions, like as fans. So they know what it's like. Do you know what I mean? They can feel it, and they'll feel the pressure from, not the pressure, sorry, the nerves from the whole of England really, and hopefully they'll use that to really like focus and just go for it.
Roman, you've been in the stands as a fan.
Yeah.
I've seen a few pictures. We're going to get onto that in a bit. But what's the experience been like from that perspective?
I mean, mate, it's just unbelievable. I've never seen anything like it, you know, and I think I've never seen a togetherness like that in an England team. I haven't. You know, the only time you can either kind of come close was at the World Cup last year, and it feels like that team has kind of developed into what it is now. But I think that seeing it is just that moment of, you know, the Germany game, I felt like there was no nerves and there was the freedom. Yeah. Right? And I felt like the fan experience there was incredible. Denmark the other night, it was a different kind of game. It was, you know, and I'm so pleased for the lads that, to be honest, that they went 1-0 down so that they could experience the crowd, you know, a little bit
nervous energy where it goes a little bit quiet for a second.
Yeah, and it's like, but it is that thing. So I mean, I don't know what it's like as a player, but do you feel that almost, if you know, when you make it into the final, it's almost an easier game to play than the semi-final because you're not there expected to win. Do you know what I mean? It's like you've made it now. You're at that game.
You know what? I was on the bench for an FA Cup final once, and then the next year I played, and it was actually worse sitting on the bench. Like, I'm watching it.
Yeah.
Like, once you're out there and you feel like you're in control, you have your first touch, and you get into the game, it's just another game.
Yeah.
The build-up is worse than the game, 100%. Like, obviously, they're playing against a good team tomorrow, but once they're out there, it's 11 v 11. Do you know what I mean? Like, everyone's got a chance.
Do you notice it as a player where, like, you sense that nervous energy from the fans? Because obviously it can build you up. It can build you up. You know, you're hearing Free Lions. You know what I mean? The national anthem's getting sung. But in those moments where you, as a player, you must know you're under the cosh a little bit, and the fans. Does that translate?
Yeah, 100%. Like, they'll know now. They've got to the final. They've created history. Yeah. They'll know, but they'll want to go that one step extra. Yeah. And you know them. They want to win. They want to create that history. They want to create that buzz. And they're legends already. But they're going to, if they win this competition, they'll be remembered forever.
Roman, you know what? I follow you on Instagram.
Yeah.
We talk a lot. You text me before saying, "Listen, when I go to this game, I'm bringing a special friend."
Yeah.
I've actually got a video of you celebrating Harry Kane's penalty as well. Take a look at this. This is emotion.
It's the hand. That was.
It's vocals, by the way. Yeah. Your mate fell down about 4 flights.
I know. I mean, it was, you know, it's just like, I think that goal had everything, you know, and I love watching the videos of that goal of the fans, because I think, you know, everyone's heart just sunk as soon as you know. But also, I genuinely believe if Kasper Schmeichel doesn't try and hold that, he saves it.
Almost dived past it as well, didn't he?
Yeah. I think because he tries to catch it. I think if he doesn't try to catch it, he just palms it. It's over. But I don't know. Like, to be honest, I was just so pleased, because I was like, I physically can't. I was already deciding in my head. I was like, what do I do if it's pens? I was like, do I just go to the bathroom and just listen or whatever? Because I didn't know if I could even sit there and watch that.
That game was an emotional rollercoaster, and I think even down just to the penalty where it's saved and then he puts it in. Like, my heart didn't know what to do.
Even before, when like with VAR now, you never know, do you?
Yeah.
Like, people are like, oh, is it a penalty? It's a penalty, and you're like, oh no, it's not. And then you're watching it yourself, and you're trying to make that decision, and you're thinking, oh, is it a penalty? And then they give it, and then he obviously saves it. And
but I love. Do you know what? And there's been so much said about VAR and stuff. And I think genuinely, I know. Look, there's been maybe one or two, but out of the amount of games that have been played like over this whole tournament, I think they've had it spot on.
I think VAR is in this tournament set the level for the Premier League. Like,
oh man,
there's a decision. It takes like maximum 30 seconds. Sometimes in the Premier League, it's like 2 minutes. You're sitting there, thinking, and it's clear.
Flow of the game. For sure, Jack. I know you've been pressing for some more attacking focused teams. Has Gareth Southgate won you over with his ability to use the bench?
Yeah, I've said it like to people who've asked me, and you can't question. He's got it right. We're in the final.
Yeah.
Like, listen, I love Grealish, and I'd like to see Grealish more, but he's used him well. I mean, I'm sure that he'd want to play more as well, but he's got it right. Like, you can't question him. I mean,
what did you make of him taking off him at extra time?
I mean, again, he got it right. I mean, it's a tough decision. I mean, that is a big call to make. He shows that he can make them big calls, because I'm sure deep down Jack would have been fuming. Like, come on.
Yeah.
You know, that's happened to me once before. I came on, someone got sent off in the first 5, and I came off like in the 88th minute, and I was.
You trying to look happy for the cameras,
happy for the team, but no, listen, he's got it right. So fair play.
You've also had a bit of a back and forth with Gary Neville on Twitter.
Yeah.
How did that come about?
You know what? I've worked with Gary a lot, and I love Gary. He was a great coach, like, and he's a great pundit, obviously, and like just sometimes on Twitter he just got me wrong, and he was like, I'm pretty sure that wasn't his team that he wanted. He was just trying to guess South.
Yeah.
And I just called him out a little bit.
Called him out. Yeah. You know, I think you need that. There needs to be a bit of regulation. I think that's the great thing about social media. If someone doesn't like a team, they can voice their opinions. But you know what? Southgate is a lot of the time he's taken the unpopular route. Like, where a lot of people have said, I don't believe that this is the best team that we could play. Why do we need to match them up? You know what? I'll stop my check. We're starting to see a little bit of players stream out onto the buses and make their way down. 24 hours before a game, you're getting on that bus, right? What are you thinking? Is it purely like I don't even want to think about football right now? I want to take my mind off the game, or is it like I hope I start? Is it like what you're thinking about the stuff that maybe the gaffer said in the training session earlier that morning?
Yeah, you'll have a little bit of a thought on the game, but you'll be trying not to. You'll be watching your series, or having a little bit of banter with the lads, and you'll be just trying to treat it as another game. Do you know what I mean? Because if you're playing in the Premier League tomorrow and you're travelling, you're not thinking about the game, so you just try and keep it as normal as you can.
Unbelievable, mate. What I'd do to be on that team, coach, just being able to see, like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like being able to see, like, what is the vibe like? Is it all party, or is it all just kind of like heads down? Like, what would Gareth want? Would he want it to be like that?
I think it's a bit of a mix. You see Mingsley there. He was on Lions Den yesterday with Conor Cody. He was a unbelievable part of that. The first 2 games, that defence.
I know Mingsley from when I was at Bournemouth. And he couldn't get in the Bournemouth team.
Yeah.
Like, and then he left. Fair play to him. He left. Went to the Championship and worked his way up, and he's unreal. Like, he's everything you want in the centre half, isn't he?
I think he's found a new best mate, isn't he, in Conor Cody?
Yeah, absolutely.
Look like they're just loving the whole time.
But what I think is great about this squad is, like, you've just seen Mingsley there, and Harry Maguire's making his way to the bus. There's no egos there. Obviously, to get to this level, you need an ego, but there's no egos within the group. Yeah. Because they're happy to. Even Conor Cody and Mingsley, Mingsley's obviously played 2 games, but Conor Cody hasn't got a kick yet. He was saying, whatever I can do to make the guy next to me better, I will do. And I think that's testament to the character.
Do you think that, like, so as a player, like, if you go to a national tournament like this, you're going to the Euros or to the World Cup, if you are like more of a squad player, does it get to you if you haven't played yet, or have you seen players try and just motivate the others that are around them, or is it more personal?
I don't think it can be, especially in major tournaments, because especially now as well, the squad's massive. Not everyone's going to play. Like, you're there. Some players are just there just to do a job in training, and like Cody said, make the other players better. And to be fair, in the tournaments that I've been to, there's never been a problem. I mean, I've been to tournaments, played, I haven't played, and of course you're disappointed. You're naturally disappointed. You want to play, but as soon as the game comes around, and you're at the end of the day, everyone there's English. They want England to do well. So yeah,
exactly.
I was going to say, you played with a lot of the boys in this squad. Played with Deck Rice at West Ham. How nice is it to see another player who's had a massive come up in this game?
Deck, man, I love him. Like. And then whenever I talk about him, I can't help but smile.
Yeah.
Like, you've seen what he's like around the camp. He's just like a big kid.
For sure.
He's so, like, everyone loves him. Everyone wants to be around him. And we used to, at West Ham, we used to get on him for being not the sharpest tool in the box. And he plays up to it. He's brilliant. And what a player. And, like, he's just, for his age, he's played over 100 Premier League games. He's probably one of the first names on the team sheet for Gareth. And he's so reliable. Like, he's just... He's everywhere. He can do left foot, right foot. He'll go right to the top.
You've also played, I mean, we've seen a lot of the players. I mean, you were talking about Pickford earlier today. How nice is it, I guess, to see these boys shining? I guess when you were playing with them, they were young guns. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And now they've grown up.
In 2014, Stonesy came to the training camp, like, as a young player. And you could see then that he had something, like, he had something different to everyone else. And I mean, he's gone on for Man City and England, and he's done fantastic. He's like, you watch him on the ball, and like, a few people say he makes them nervous, but I love watching him. I love players that take risks and want to keep the ball, and he's one of them.
Sure.
I think to be honest, I think that, like, what was so nice, and I saw it at the Denmark game, was I was watching, like, players like like Saka that are starting, like, he's still, like, ridiculous how young he is. You know what I mean? That, like, it's unbelievable. He wasn't even born when Beckham was sent off, when Owen scored that goal, and I think that seeing them, and they've just got absolute no fear going into this competition.
I think
and
that's
watching
key with the young players is that they don't play with the handbrake on. Yeah. I guess they haven't had a chance to make those mistakes in big games. So it's like, right, they play how they want to play, and even if it's within a system, it feels a little bit more electrifying when these young players come through. And I guess the other team not had the chance to do as much research on players. You haven't seen them in major tournaments as well.
Yeah, as well. That's what, before the Germany game, there was a lot of chat about the history and that, and I think it was Southgate who said, well, a lot of these players weren't even alive. So how are they going to know? It's not about that. And yeah, they've got no fear, and it's good to watch.
Is it hard that when because obviously when you came onto the scene so young, do you look to the older players in these moments, or do you try and focus on your game?
I think a little bit of both. When things get tough, like I had a few nights of England that were tough, and then is when you look to the older players. I mean, when I first came into the England squad, I walked into a room. There was Rio, JT, Rooney, Lampard, Gerrard.
Yeah.
Like all these players that I watched growing up, like my heroes.
Been playing them on FIFA the week before. Yeah.
Yeah, it was weird, but...
Talking to young players, Bukayo himself.
There he is. He's done unreal, hasn't he?
Unbelievable. And we just seen Jude actually make his way onto the bus as well.
That's
someone who celebrated their 18th birthday after beating Germany 2-0. It's incredible, isn't it?
It is some player as well, isn't he?
Some player.
He is some player.
And I think this is a player where, I mean, even on the pitch, he plays older than his age.
He don't bother, does he? It don't faze him.
Nothing phases him. And you know, you talk about players who play with a handball, maybe slightly more like explosive players like the Sakas, but he's someone who's a midfield general.
Yeah.
At 17, at the top level, he's been doing it in the Champions League. He's been doing it in the Bundesliga, and now he's doing it.
It's unbelievable, honestly. Like I think that he has just been, you know, even the moments that he's been called upon and all those types of things, he's done the job. And you know, I loved the fact that Jadon Sancho got on the other day against Ukraine and comes on, and even that, you know, I think that's a hard job. It's like, I haven't played. Everyone's talking about me, that not playing. But then as soon as I come on in a game like Ukraine, big game, big game coming on, you know, not at Wembley, there and dominating it. So I think that, I mean, how have you found chatting, because you've been chatting to these lads non-stop, so I want to know, how have you found, like, you know, who seems more nervous? Is it the older players or is it the younger players?
Do you know what's funny? It's like there's something in the air at St George's Park. I don't know what it is, but it's a buzz of confidence. It was like, I don't know, you've obviously been in England camps, but it was like this true belief. It's like, we can't get beat. Like, we can't get beat. Like, I think before the Germany game, there was an element of, this is a big game. Like, this is a massive game. Like, I know, you know, it was interesting. I thought Gareth said a lot of these players were quite young. They don't truly understand that rivalry, but they know because their parents are talking about it, their friends are talking about it, their family talk about it, social media talk about it. And I think that was the first time where I was like, there was an element of, this game's huge. This is a must-win. Obviously, every game's a must-win. But other than that, there's been no nerves. It's like the players say, like sitting on the bench, when you can't impact a game, that's the nervous part. But when you're on the pitch, they have full confidence in themselves. And I think that, obviously, as they're there on merit, of course they are. But from your sense, was there? You've spoken a little bit about nerves kind of creeping in, and they're a good thing. But that confidence, when there's an element of confidence, it's like you're nervous.
Well, I think when the team are playing well, and until the other night, they didn't concede a goal in the tournament. That like breeds confidence, doesn't it? If you're not conceding, you've got more of a chance of winning the game.
Still no goals from open play as well.
That's true.
Yeah.
I mean, if they can keep strong, like that foundation, because it's not just the defence, it's the whole team. You know, you've got Deck and Phillips in front of them. That they look solid. Do you know what I mean? Like even the other night when we went 2-1 up, and I know we set off a bit, and Denmark had the ball there moving. They weren't really like getting through us or causing us any problems. And I mean, it's don't come bigger than that. You're holding on to a lead in the semi-final of the Euros, and to look confident and have that base, I think that hopefully going into the final will serve us well. I
mean, it was unbelievable. Like when we were two. What was it? I think they did the stats on it. We held the ball for 3 minutes.
Yeah, I saw that.
I'm watching it honestly. Like I was like, England. Usually do this.
But like you look at the players that were on the pitch, right, and then you look at the players that are there, and you know what it's like. It's like when you started, you know, coming through into the England team and with, you know, with the Arsenal kind of background with Arsene Wenger, you're used to playing that passing kind of style. Now you've got, you know, even Hendo with Jurgen Klopp, and you've got Phil Foden with Pep. Like, you can see this is every day. Like, hold on to the ball, keep ball session for about 30 minutes.
Talking of keeping the ball, you didn't want to keep the ball here. We've got a little video of your goal against Slovenia. I thought I had to bring this up if you were here. This is one of my favourite goals of all time.
Go on, and he's got 3 for company. Adam Lallana's back heel. Here's Jack Wilshere! Might just be better than the first one.
I was going to say the first one was a banger as well.
You know what, that one just took a little, hit a bump before and it sat up perfect.
That's a goal to behold.
It was a good move as well. Lallana was a joke, like them little touches. Look, just sit up there. Oh,
that's you dream of that kind of stuff, isn't it? Well, does anything beat scoring a goal like that for your country?
No. You know, I played a few games for my country, well, probably about 25 before that. And I had a few chances. And then Hodgson moved me to defensive midfield. Do you remember when he tried to change it? And I thought, nah, this is done. I'm not going to get there. I'm not going to score. And then 2 in 1 game, like, yeah, it was a dream.
I mean, that was unbelievable. Yeah. And I was there for the greatest ever Premier League goal scored by you.
Was you?
And still that was definitely up there. But I think, yeah, man, I think there's so many of those goals out of this tournament alone now that are just like, we'll go back and look at them and be like, unbelievable.
I tell you what, I think it was against Ukraine when Harry Kane hit the volley with the left foot.
When he cut across it, I was dreaming of that going. And obviously, there's been a lot of talk. Pressure in.
Got the helicopters ready, Prince William's arriving early.
There's been a lot of talk of like, does he have the confidence? And when you can do stuff like that,
he was just like that, bang, left foot.
He's absolutely key. But talking of it, you're still very much a football player, but you kind of focus on the fan mode right now.
Yeah.
How easy is it to switch from?
You know what, it weren't, to be honest, because this tournament was fine, but I was in the squad or around the squad in 2018 and I missed out, and I was disappointed, obviously.
Yeah.
And like during that tournament, I sort of switched, but it was difficult.
Yeah.
But this tournament's been fine. I've been from the start, like, #1 fan, mate.
We're talking. I'm going to ask you both about your plans for the final.
Yeah.
We'll get on to yours. We'll maybe ask the fans what they think Jack should do. But Roman, what's your plan?
To be honest, like it's my dad's 60th this year, and I had a few things that like I wanted to do with him, and then an opportunity came about to get a ticket, so I had to get him a ticket. Yeah, I know. I said, and he cried when I told him, and so it's going to be me. And do you know the best thing? My dad's a big Arsenal fan, right? We go to the Emirates together and all of that type of stuff, but he's never seen a match at Wembley yet. So he's never seen it.
What a game to go to!
He's never seen England play at Wembley. Like the last game that we went to as a pair was at the old Wembley to go and see England, and so so it's going to be an emotional one, you know. Like I mean, like it's going to be insane. I went full kit last time, so I don't know if I'll make it.
Full kit and a unicorn. Yeah.
Do you know what? I went to that game and like I went with the unicorns, and I thought everyone's going to turn up in this. Right? Everyone's going to turn up in this, and no one. And I had a load of people coming up to me asking me for photos. I'm going, oh, I'm proper famous now. And it's like, no, not you, the unicorn. You just take it off. Yeah. But yeah, it's going to be a big one. So yeah, going with my old man.
And Jack, let the Lions Den fans know the predicament that you're in.
Well, I've got 4 kids, but 2 of them are too young to even get involved. But 2 of them are, well, one's 10, one's 8. And I only have 2 tickets.
Oof.
I don't.
Take your old man.
Yeah, but then they're both going to hate me.
It's a catch-22.
Yeah.
It's an unwinnable situation. But I think personally the only way you do it is if you've got to take your old man or something like that, because
I'm trying to get one more, but mate, they're so hard.
But at this rate, you know, I mean, what, 3 semi-finals or 2 semi-finals in a final in 5 years.
Yeah.
Maybe there's another chance. I've faith. We'll take them next year at the World Cup.
Yeah.
I mean, don't worry, kids. It'll be absolutely fine.
Yeah, it's true.
I think that I had to do it with my dad. I was like, look, I'm never going to get this opportunity. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was just like, let's just do it.
What your boys' match day routines usually? So like, say, as pure fans, have you got a particular pub that you always go to? Is it I always watch it around my mate's house? What's the move?
You know what I've been doing recently? I've been playing golf on the day.
Okay.
Little round of golf, straight home, all the kids in front of the TV, and just, I mean, it's carnage. They create their own atmosphere. They're dancing around.
You're really loud in the Wembley in the front row.
I think it's very different to your routine. I'm thinking, what?
Yeah. Nah, to be honest, like I'm one of them as well. Like that helicopter's really going, isn't it?
Police helicopters, it's all going on. This is pre-cup final.
I know, but it's like I think you know, look, my pre-match is kind of. It changes all the time. I think we're starting at 10 a.m. tomorrow, but at the same time, it's like I don't want to get too involved because I want to enjoy it. I want to be able to take every moment of it in. Like, don't get me wrong, Ukraine was brilliant because we went up in the first 4 minutes, so then I could just enjoy it. Yeah, but I think, you know, tomorrow is going to be it's a special day. I want to enjoy the day for as long as possible, where we haven't pushed it to extra time and going to get the win there. But
we've got to talk about the big game this. I think the bus is actually just leaving St George's Park. The boys are on their way. I think the most historical night in English football in my life. Yeah. If you had all the boys in front of you now, and you had to deliver the team talk, what kind of stuff would you be saying? I'll start with you, Rome.
I mean, I don't know. I'd honestly, like, it's just like I'd just make them watch constant war movies over and over again. Do you know what? I'd probably.
How do you want them to be?
No, mate. I'd probably just try and deliver the same speech that, like, Iron Man delivers at the end of Avengers.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Something like that. Like, you are about to take on the world right now, and this is it. I don't know. It's hard because I mean, I don't know as a player if you want to be overhyped or if you can get too hyped.
I don't think they'll need much.
Yeah.
Like, they'll know. They'll have all their prep done today. They'll know what they've got to do. They'll probably run through set pieces, and then Gareth will just sit them down and give them probably 1 or 2 minutes. But they'll know, man. Like, if it was me at the minute, I'd say just give the ball to Sterling, mate. He's on fire.
I love it. Team talk.
Sterling.
Get the ball to Sterling. That's it. We're going to end on that. We're going to leave you guys to have a little look at the shot of the bus leaving St George's Park for the last time from the drone that you all love. Enjoy.